Take two.
Take two.
It's fine. We got all the jitters out now, you know. It's all gone.
Good.
So we're
Where
ready
are we
to go.
again?
We're at Mo's in, what do you call this? This is like Burleigh.
This is
pretty
definitely
much.
Burleigh.
Yeah. This
Gold
is
Coast, Queensland,
Yeah.
Australia.
See, I kind
we're
of
going to go
more
international.
relate it to like closer to my home, so it's like varsity sort of. Anyway. But yeah, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to everyone. My name is Byron and this is
Susan, Duffy.
And like we said before, this is the
First episode.
of the
Blanked.
blank
Beep.
so far.
We haven't got a name for it yet.
No, we haven't. But we were thinking the Intern The Expert maybe,
The
or
Intern
something
and the
like
Expert.
that.
Yeah, it's stuck. That
Like
was
you
Byron's
said, I
idea.
mean, it might sound a little bit sounds a little bit like, oh, the expert. Oh my god.
Yes.
She must be good.
No. Yeah, I don't like
I
being
mean,
called
you
the
are an
expert.
expert of some caliber
Of
though,
something.
so it's fair enough. It's just a name.
It is a name.
It's
We'll
cool.
get there.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like it. And this is going to be about.
I'm going to help
You're
you
gonna do
with
it
this
again.
one. So our podcast, it was actually born out of kind of inspiration from Byron, which is good. So the podcast is going to be about helping newcomers to the property industry find out what direction or what path or career path they might want to sink their teeth in, and maybe some tips and tricks on how to get there. We know the Gold Coast and the property market across Australia is going a bit bananas at the moment.
Definitely.
And everyone kind of wants a piece of it. There's a bit of FOMO about the property market and industry. So there's probably a few, uni students sitting there going, do I want to do development, property economics, marketing? I want to have a piece of it. So we wanted to give an opportunity for Byron to bring some guests in from different areas of the industry.
Yeah.
And kind of ask all those questions that, they might have, burning questions.
All those silly questions,
Yeah.
If it was just you,
Yeah, if it's just
You'd
me,
be-
we'd be scooting on the
Yeah.
surface.
And if I was listening, I'd be like, what
What
the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
But then I can sit here and I'll be like, can you explain that a bit more?
Yeah,
Like,
rewind.
So, yeah.
Which is good,
Yeah, good dynamic.
It is a
I
good
think
dynamic.
it's a good dynamic.
I think. Well,
You
we'll
know,
soon find out.
We will find out. Maybe it's crap. You never know.
And where are we from? What company? We're from Channel Marketing.
Channel
We should probably
marketing.
say that.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah,
We
we'll
have
get
to,
into
we
that
have
a
to
little bit
plug,
later.
We have to plug the.
People who are paying
spot.
the bills.
That's it. Maybe we'll get a big. I'm thinking
Big channel.
later on
logo.
we'll get a big
When we have our own studio.
channel. Hey?
Maybe
I'm
we'll
sure we
get-
could just hang it up somewhere.
Yeah, I'm
That'd be
sure.
fun with that.
I'm sure it'll work out well.
But yeah,
All right, so tell me a bit about who are you,
who am I?
Byron?
Alrighty. Well,
Where did you come from? What did you do?
I from the Gold Coast, born and raised. Don't know if that's a claim or
Yes.
not. It's definitely a bit of a claim. but-
Everyone's moving to the Gold
I know,
Coast.
but I'm
You're
kind
an
of like
original edition.
I'm like, I love it and hate it at the same time. No, not hate it. But anyway. And I went to All Saints. You asked me that before.
Yep.
What school did I go to?
Yeah.
Went to All Saints, bit of St. Michael's. And when I came out of school, went straight to uni and did a Bachelor of Business
And you chose that because
it was very broad and, wasn't exactly sure.
was everyone else doing it, or were you?
Actually, I did have one of my best mates was doing it as well, and his girlfriend. And then I was like, oh, cool. So I can do some classes with them. I was happy about
It's all
that.
about the mates.
I was happy about that. But yeah, it was broad, so I thought I'll do it, and I did that for about 3 trimesters, 2, 3.
Is it trimesters
It's
or
tri
semesters?
at Griffith,
Isn't
yeah.
trimesters pregnancy?
No,
No.
it's trimesters because there's 3 trimesters. There's
Righto.
3
I'll
semesters
let you have that one.
in a
Yeah.
whole year. Yeah.
So you
Anyway.
lasted, what's that, like 9 months?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not even.
Not lasted, I shouldn't
But-
say that. You trialed it for 9
Yeah, I
months.
tried it.
And what did you like?
And then
What did you like?
marketing. That was the
Ah.
only class I was like, this is cool. I did. And then there was like, but then I think it's changed now. So I think it's a lot better than it was because now I've heard you can be a bit more specific with the class you want to do.
Ah.
But back then it was like accounting and like all these like research
Generic
on stuff.
sort of stuff.
Yeah, just stuff. And I was like, I'm so uninterested. And I'm a bit like that, you know. It's a it's
You're
definitely
an
a
all or
blessing and a
nothing kind of
curse.
guy.
Yeah, it's a blessing and curse, as you would know
Yep.
probably. It's a blessing and a curse if I'm invested in something,
Yep.
then I'm like straight into it. But if it's like stuff that I don't really like, I mean, I'll still do it.
That's
yeah,
normal. I think that's all right.
yeah, that's it.
Sometimes those annoying subjects, you kind of go when you leave, you're like, oh, that's why I needed to do that. But sometimes I reckon they just throw in all these subjects to
Oh,
just see if you stick, you know,
100%,
the full length kind of thing. But
100%. They just
anyway,
throw
we
in
could go on about
whatever they
universities forever.
can. Yeah, and I've got a gripe against Griffith as well. If I've thought about going back to uni on the side,
Yeah.
doing like, you know, part time, but Griffith just,
Why?
I don't know. Hopefully, no one listening to this
I'm
is like
a past Griffith student,
It's just like
graduate.
I don't know. It's just I don't know, something about it.
All right.
Maybe the parking.
Parking is hard on the Gold
Oh
Coast.
my god!
Yeah,
It
it is
honestly
bad.
did my head in. Like I just like didn't know what to do. Sometimes I was like,
Turn around and go.
Yeah, I think I might have done that once or
Yeah.
twice. Like it's just a
Too
a
hard.
seminar.
But now a lot of them have online stuff, so it's
That's
probably
it.
a lot easier, right?
Well, yeah, I maybe should have jumped into that, but I was working at the time, working with you guys,
Yeah.
and working with the other company as well, which.
So
not
tell us
anymore.
how, like, rewind a bit. So you were
Yeah.
doing uni.
So I was doing uni, and I was like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, I just got out of school, and now I'm studying again, which is probably not the best mindset, but anyway. And then I did a couple jobs working for an aged care company for
Yeah.
a little bit, not as a care worker, but like just kind of, you know, jack of all trades, did a bit of reception, did a bit of admin, did a bit of HR, blah, blah, blah.
That was kind
And
of
that's
a
gone
family
on.
referral, but
Yeah.
you worked your way through different
Worked
things.
our way through, worked it up. And then I was like, and then we was just kind of sitting down thinking and like we were brainstorming. I was like, what do I really want to actually do? And I was like, well, the only thing that I really know that I liked was marketing.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And then I asked mum. She
Good
helped
on
me
mum.
out. Yeah, good on mum. You know, she's clutched up
She's
for me
happy to
so many
help.
times.
Mum's
know,
just supposed to do that, though. That's their job.
it. I kind of get put on blast by my mates and stuff. They're like, yeah, mate, you wouldn't have your jobs if it wasn't for mum. I'm like, hey, whatever. Hey.
Yeah, but you're still going to do
That's
the
it.
job.
I mean, she helped me out, and now we're here. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. You got to use the resources
Yeah.
you've got. So yeah. So I said, do you know anyone that's in marketing? Blah blah blah. And she was just like, bang, Susan. So then, what happened? She messaged you, went a bit back and forth. You know, within your tight, busy schedule. She said that she's like, you got to get used to. Susan's always on the run. You know,
Yes.
It might take her a little bit to get back.
Organized, disorganized.
But it works.
Yeah.
And then
So when you when you were at uni, and you went, nah, I want to try and get a job. Was that because you wanted extra money? Is it because you wanted experience? Is it because your mates were earning? Like, what was
definitely
your mindset?
money was the biggest aspect of it. But yeah, I think just getting experience as well, because it's like, yeah, that was it. I just didn't want to like I'd rather start at the bottom, which is internship, which you have been very good with. You know, you're like, hey, let's do it. So I was like, yeah, let's just start there and just gain some experience, and then gain some experience in the actual field that I want to do.
And it wasn't that property was kind of, I wanted to be in property. It was just more,
but that was
you liked
interesting
marketing
to me.
Yeah.
An aspect for sure.
Okay.
I'm learning more and more. But yeah, definitely the marketing side of things. And it's cool because I feel like when I learned about the company for sure, I realized that we're quite a versatile kind of, we've got a lot of different things going on and stuff like that. So it's cool. And
yes, I remember the first time I met you, and I can't remember, there was some chaos that ensued in the morning before the meeting.
Yeah.
And that's right,
We were
I
gonna
forgot
get the
my
coffee.
wallet. I forgot. I
you
said
went to
meet
the
at the
hairdresser
cafe
or something,
for
right?
coffee. Yes.
Yeah,
I was trying to do multiple things at once.
And your thing deleted.
That's
right. it. I just remembered. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll tell everyone who I am, what I do, and all that in a minute. But first story of the bricks. So Sarah. I know full disclosure. I know Byron's mum, Sarah.
Yeah.
We've worked before. She's awesome. And she was mentioning that you wanted to do some sort of work experience. I'm like, cool, yep, 100%. Let's catch up. I'm chaos. So if you can fit into our chaos somehow, then I'm happy.
But you're good at
Setting expectations.
Yeah, that's it.
So I said, yep, meet me at 9:00 at Hard Coffee at May Beach near our office on the Gold Coast. And then, so I'd perfectly planned the morning. There's a hairdresser across the road which has power and internet, which I can work at the same time. I had it all scheduled out. And then met Byron, and I was complete, can't swear on this, but a cluster.
Right.
And forgot my wallet. So poor old Byron, the intern, had to pay for the drinks that we'd already ordered.
I was cool with it. It was a bit of an icebreaker.
It was a bit of an
Hey,
icebreaker.
she's going to give me a job?
Yes.
I'll pay for a coffee.
That's right.
That's fine.
So yeah, it was good. It was a good meeting. But a little bit about me and my kind of, I guess why I really wanted to help Byron is because I kind of had the same sort of, I guess, not upbringing, but that same sort of uni thing where you're like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
And it was work experience. It wasn't called an intern. It wasn't paid back then, all the way back. Can't even remember when I finished
You were a
uni.
bit like me in the fact that you kind of did a lot of
different things.
A lot of different things.
Well, I had a lot of work experience when I was at uni, which helped me figure out what I wanted to do. But anyway, long story. Susan Duffy's story. I grew up in Beenleigh, which I'm proud about.
Right.
Great little town.
Rep
north
Beenleigh.
of the Gold Coast border. No.
Yeah.
Grew up in Beenleigh. Went to uni at Griffith. Had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do at all. Definitely wasn't. At the time, I didn't even think about property. But my dad was in property forever. So he sold houses, he sold land. We kind of grew up in display homes as kids. Not grew up literally, but we were there every weekend working with mum and dad.
Yeah.
And then, fast forward through, I worked at a home building display centre at Springwood for ages. So I was always kind of loosely connected to property, but never was really thought that it was something that I wanted to do as a career. Chose the only reason why I chose, which was called leisure management back then, but it's a business degree at Griffith, was because that particular degree allowed me to do exchange to Canada. So it was more about traveling because my elder sister was traveling. So there's lots of reasons why I do things and none of them are structured. But got into uni, same thing as you, hated it every moment of it, but just kind of stuck at it because it was just, I don't know, didn't have anything else going on.
You one up me in that regard.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Everyone's kind of different.
Yeah.
And girls maybe a little bit, probably can't say that anymore, but might be a little bit,
True.
But
You're
anyway.
gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get cancelled.
I'm so
We're cancelled first episode.
Cancelled already. So for similar to you, I was in Canada doing my degree in Waterloo University, and it was very different back then. I'm sure we'll go into it later, but I did my first marketing subject. I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. And it was like a light bulb moment for me. I just was like, yep. And so I paid attention. I got relatively good grades. I didn't piss about and finished my degree. And my first job was for Video Pro Business Center, which was with Yasmin. And I was doing marketing for a kind of tech-based company and stayed in tech for a while. But then got a chance to get into property, which was, I was working for a marketing consultancy firm, kind of similar to what we do. And one of their clients was Stockland. So we did some consultancy work for Stockland and loved it. Tina Nason was actually, or Tina Campbell, she's now is. And then she was kind of the client. And then eventually I ended up working for Stockland Pete. So I've been in the property industry for, I can't remember now, 15, 16 years, I think, maybe a bit more.
Just a little bit.
It's a little bit.
Just a little bit. Pretty much my whole life, but it's all right.
But this isn't the show about me. So fast forward, started our business, Channel Marketing Group, 6 years ago on the Gold Coast. We are a property marketing company that helps developers with property strategy, research, and then ongoing project marketing management. We're not a sales company and we're not a creative agency. We're not a media agency. We just purely help with positioning projects for success and marketing onwards, but we'll get into that. So we have really great exposure very early on with projects, which allows us to have really good connections with developers, planners, architects, a whole bunch of different gurus around the industry.
Experts.
So that's kind of me and Channel Marketing Group. And when Byron knocked on the door, I was like, right, okay. It's hard for us because we don't have a lot of, like every small business, we're kind of moving quick. So
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of make sure that if you were to come in as an intern, we could give you something that would help you, expose you to different things to see if it was something you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't want you to be sitting there going, oh, I hate this job. This is the
No.
worst.
Never. There's too much cool stuff going on all the time. And we've got a good team as well.
And we've got a really good team.
Besides the fact that I'm the only guy, which
Yes.
I kind of like sometimes,
That's
It
not
makes me a little
by
bit special.
choice.
It makes me special.
I would like more men. Like, we're in a male-dominated industry, but I don't know. It just happens
That's it.
across women that applies.
It's like-
so
I can be like Charlie and you guys can be like Charlie's Angels,
maybe
Even though I'm on the bottom of the food chain, but hey.
you're not. We don't do it well. I mean, it is what it is, right? But yeah, so the first thing we gave you as a little bit of a task, because this is kind of how it was born out. Do you want to talk us through Byron's guide?
Right. Okay. So that was the first cool kind of project that I got put on. We had a lot of stuff before that. I don't know when it came about, the idea. But I was doing a lot of different things.
I know when it came about.
Right. Our man in the back.
Is he giving us some tips?
He's telling me I got to stop
Chest out.
slouching. Chest
Remember,
back.
this is not embarrassing, but it might be embarrassing. When Metricon, when I was like, Metricon.
Oh, yeah.
You know who Metricon is? And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
the stadium. I'm like, no, the builder, you douche. And it was
True.
it was certain terms that you didn't know.
I don't know how I didn't know that.
But it was funny, or not funny. But I was like, of course he doesn't know. Like, he's never, you haven't been exposed to all this stuff before. So you're never going to know what covenant guidelines are, or I don't know, what are some other terms?
So many.
What was the thing?
I didn't know any of it, to be fair. I mean, there was a few. We chucked a few ones in there that was like very simple stuff, but just to, bulk it up for anyone who might just be like, know nothing.
So we realized that there were some terms that you kind of didn't know what they were about.
And I definitely learned that from like the first proper sit down you and me had after like a couple of weeks when you were kind of telling me about, what we do, and you had your presentation and stuff. And I was like,
what the hell is she talking about? So then we came up with a bit of an idea to put the guide together. Yeah. Which was what? What was it about?
So the guide, Byron's Guide to Learning the Lingo. Hey, bit of exposure for myself, I guess. But we just put together a little.
Should have brought it with us.
Booklet. Well, I've got it. Yeah, I got it on my computer. I should have bought one. But it's like a little booklet brochure for people that were in the same position as me, who don't know too much about the property / marketing industry as a whole. And so it was just a little booklet with a bunch of terminology and stuff that I didn't understand, or that other people might not be able to understand. And we had marketing and real estate, like all these different sections and stuff and different terms. And but that was the first big project we did. And it was cool to kind of see, the whole process that goes through to putting something together, because I got it was more than just putting together some kind of Word document. We did that and then designed it up, and I put my own input, and that was it was cool. I definitely liked how much freedom you gave me with it. I think that's what you wanted, but that was the coolest part, is that I got to actually have my own input and stuff into it.
And the guide is good because it kind of, I guess everything we do in marketing is kind of, who is the customer, why are we doing it for, and how it's going to help them. Yeah. For me, it was just eye-opening to see, okay, well, Byron needs help understanding these terms. There must be other people like him out there that need help as well. Definitely. I know I definitely, when I started at Stockton, I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, there's so many acronyms for this and all different stuff. So if we can create some sort of glossary book that helps people, and helps our clients, because our clients will have, marketing newbies that might start where they don't have enough time to train them, then they can give them this book and it's got all that information in them. So it was good about going through that process and the finished guide. And did you interview people to get the definitions? Like, how did you get all the definitions?
Some of it was research, my own research, and kind of just like, that's what that is. And then some of it was, I think, was people in the team and Gareth as well.
Yeah.
Big helper in that. Shout out Gareth. We'll
Yeah.
talk a little bit about him later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a bit of everything, because some of the terminology I think is there's a lot of stuff that is like, I think, quite Australian.
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah,
terminology.
because you Google something.
Yeah, so I'm searching up stuff, and it's a lot of it is like American terms for like in the property or whatever. Like I can't remember what one of them, like a split level home.
Yes.
And like all I could find was that it's like a home that's got like, I can't remember what it was. It's something very American, like a home that's got a split level basement or something like that. And I was like, this isn't right. So then I had to, ask around and
Figure
be
it
like, what
all
is
out.
this? And then, someone tells me, and then I'm like, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. And we got good feedback, right? So we packaged it up as a little bit of a Christmas gift for our clients, and we've sent it out, and we've had people ask for copies of it. Someone even offered to pay for one, which is amazing.
No.
Missed that.
I think someone said that to me as well. They said, how much is it? I was like, man, I'll support
$25.
you. Okay. Beer money.
So that's good. And I think, it helped you learn things, get a good grasp of the different aspects of the industry.
And it's good to always, I think the best part is that I've always got it to back on, to fall back on. And like, if I kind of forget, because like not all of it, I'm not going to remember off the top of my head, but I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I kind of know what that is. Go back, have a look in the booklet, boom.
Yeah.
Then I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You do know what you're talking about, somewhat. So our podcast is kind of born out of that, right? So we want to have a bit of an extension of the guide, is to that same sort of audience that might find that guide useful. We want to then also help and give them a podcast they can listen to learn more stuff about different parts of the industry.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about on this podcast in the future? What sort of guests do we want to have?
Well, I think we can definitely have a variety of guests.
But
there's so many.
Yeah, like what sort of job roles of people?
Well, I think definitely like real estate agents, or just a real estate agent.
You love real estate agents.
Well, I'm just saying.
Tell me about your love for real estate agents.
I'm just saying.
Do you want to be a real estate agent?
I've thought about it sometimes, but then I'm like, I kind of like marketing. I was like, let me just,
Your marketing and sales are so, like, they are pretty much one organism. Yeah.
I know. And I feel like I've got a little bit of a...
Yeah, you got a big gift for the gab.
A bit of a, gift for the gab. I can kind of...
So maybe some local
could sell someone, like if you ever watch Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Where he goes like, sell me this pen. I feel like I could impress Jordan Belfort.
Well, just be prepared, because there might be a moment in time
we get him on
that I might give you a pen to sell.
Yeah, maybe.
So real estate agents, like local ones?
Local ones, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I just think, I don't know. It's not the only person I want to get on, but I think that they're definitely interesting to talk to, for starters. I mean, some of them are more flamboyant than others. What would you ask them? What would I ask them? I don't know. Well, I think definitely we could get a little bit about an insight on the property industry market at the moment, because it's booming, as we all know.
Yeah.
Especially on the Gold Coast, it's like, I'm still trying to learn little bits and bobs, but I'm like, why is everything going so ballistic at the moment? And is it going to keep going ballistic, or when is it going to crash? But yeah. And
anyone
who
else? Well,
property developers for sure.
Okay.
Just a bit of,
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that I would like us to interview, architects. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Soft spot for
architects for sure.
They're so cool.
I didn't actually think about that.
And
I haven't thought.
They always look trendy and have the coolest clothes. I always get,
Well, my brother wants to be an architect as well.
Caleb. Yes, he does.
He does.
Well,
yeah, that's what he's thinking at the moment.
Yeah, right.
Get him on his
You never know.
Tell us.
No, but he can ask questions through you. But yeah, architects, I remember like growing up in Beenleigh, I don't want to sound sorry for myself, but the, employment choice or the career choice that they gave you at school was like business, trades, nursing. So there wasn't a lot of, suggestions of different things that you could do. And that's not, it's not all up to the school. But when I went to uni in Canada, there was all these like people doing architecture, engineering, like these cool things that not everyone's exposed to, like depending on what school you go to or what location you live. So I think architecture would be something that I would have liked to have done. So I'd like to learn like how,
For sure.
when are you called what's the difference between architecture or architect and a draftsman and all that sort of. I just want to know how you kind of get to be one. I've got someone Scott from
I don't
Levo.
even know what a draftsman is.
Well, there you go. The other thing, the other person, I feel like the other person I want to be at when I grow up. No, the other person I would like, or other people that I'd like to interview would be, like planners.
Oh, yeah.
So planners doesn't sound like a fun job, does it? Planner.
Not really.
But,
definitely not for me. I'm way too unorganized to be a planner. No
but
shot.
Planners are the ones that, create the suburbs in which we live, right? If you think about how easy or how cool Burleigh is, or different suburbs that you really like, often it's because of people in town planning who have designed different things or approved certain things to be a certain way. So I think that they're responsible for so much, and it'd be really interesting to understand kind of what. I wonder if they were into Lego when they were younger, like stuff like that.
True. Yeah. Fair play.
Marketing people, well, they're a bit boring. We already know about them, but we could get some good marketing.
We could get some different kind of marketing people on,
But what other people? Like, there's so many other things. Development managers, like people who. So obviously, you plan the land. You have a developer who buys the land, but someone has to actually go, okay, well, what are we building on this, and how do we make it stack? Yeah. And that's normally a development manager that manages that process. So that'd be cool. Not as not as glorifying as a salesperson.
Right.
But who else? What else is property? What other people could we interview?
No, but what you said before though about we could definitely get some marketing people on, maybe like specifically like social media kind of marketing people.
Like media people.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's where that's kind of where we can kind of bring a little bit of other stuff. Yeah. Whereas like if we were just specifically, like I said, we're quite a versatile company. So
that's a good idea, like media agency, or maybe like a media platform like REA or Domain or something.
Even
like
imagine if we had like Fiona on or something. Yeah. Where's she? Is she on the office?
Well,
she's
Fiona
away.
from Greenlight.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a really good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
It is a good idea. So Fiona from Greenlight, she's getting a shout out. So she's done
a
million other things. Well, but from when I first know her, she was design and then signage and then started her business. And crazy.
I mean, we should mention that she made the guide.
She did.
We didn't even say that.
I know. Shout out.
That's why I thought it.
Oh my goodness.
So she made Byron's guide to learning the lingo.
Yes.
So.
But who is going to be our first guest?
Gareth.
Gareth Richardson.
G-man.
So tell me your experience with Gareth.
Gareth.
You stood him up the first time.
I did. I had to make up for it. So Gareth was going to help me with a couple terminologies that we were struggling with, even in our, in our office, for the guide to learn lingo. And I planned in the date and all that stuff with Tiff. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, it'd be sick if you could come in and I could meet with you and you could help me with this thing. And he's like, yeah, sweet, blah, blah, blah. Like, busy man.
Busy man.
He's a very busy man. And so it's like, all right, we booked in for whatever it was, Tuesday, 10 a.m. I think it was. And this just goes to show how unorganized I can be sometimes. I was like, I knew it was that day, but everything went wrong as well. Okay, let's just not mention, okay, if everything went right for me, it would have been fine. But I got ready for work and I come from Varsity to Main Beach, which is like a 30-minute drive usually at the most.
Shouldn't be, but yes.
It's like a 30-minute drive. And I thought for some reason it was at 11. Regardless, I thought it was at 11 instead of 10. But I was on track to be at work beforehand, which I'm usually in at 10 or 9. Anyway, let's just say 10. And I'm driving there. What do you know? I'm about 5 minutes out. Would have been there perfectly. Bang on the dot. Hey, how are you? No. Road detour from the police. Send me around the block. I was like, are you kidding me? Goes through surface. which we all know is a complete
nightmare at the moment.
shite
Only because
show.
of development.
It's
So you were
so
late.
I was like, okay, this is not good. But I was like, it's all right. It's at 11. This is what I was thinking the whole time. I kid you not. I was in that traffic for, I don't even know. I think an hour. I think, or at least another half an hour on top of where it took me to get to work. And then I rock up, and then, where is he? Tiff's like, yeah, he left ages ago.
So what did
And I
you
was
learn
like,
from that?
oh, crap.
Call. Make sure you have their phone
That's
number.
it. And be more organized.
Yeah, be more organized.
I mean,
part of being an intern.
Yeah, that's it.
See?
That's it. And then I made it up. I had to make it up to him.
But since then, well, Gareth is a good friend of channel marketing.
That's
Obviously.
it.
We've known him. I've known him for I can't remember how many years when I was working at Stockies. He's also the husband of Tiff, who works in our team. But he's
Probably
also
mentioned that before.
A brilliant property guru. I'm not going to just say that he does planning and development. So he's a development manager, I think, at EDQ at the moment. But he's much more than that. Not saying that that's nothing, but he is
more in
very
depth.
well-rounded.
Yeah.
He could definitely do marketing. He could definitely do any of those kind of disciplines because he's got a bit of a passion for it all. But we thought he would be a great first guest.
Yes.
He's very well respected in the industry. And he's always had a real, I guess, desire to help and mentor youngins. I think he lectures at one of the unis.
Yeah, I think at the... Yeah, is it at the uni or...
I'm sure
he works in the uni as well.
Yeah.
Cohort, which is...
Yeah. So I think we'll get him on first.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a local Gold Coaster too.
Yeah.
He's probably been here to Moe's before. Anyway.
Maybe.
But he'll be really good, I think, to give people a bit of a well-rounded understanding of his path because it has been different, which is good. And yeah, I think that'll be really good.
Yeah.
And
we should mention...
Locked in, and he has said yes.
And we've got to mention that I did make it up and he let me meet him again and I was there 10 minutes early. I was ready for it. I was there before he even got into his office. I was ready. I was like, where are you? He wasn't picking up the phone. I should have. He had a coffee in his hand, so he didn't need anything. He probably had breakfast already. But yeah, and then he helped out a lot with the guide. Yeah. Gave me some of those harder ones that we were struggling with.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I'm super stoked about this podcast because
for sure.
Part of, I guess, my responsibility to you is to, I keep using the word expose, which just sounds creepy, but give you exposure to different areas of marketing so that you can go, you know what, I don't really like this bit, but I really like social or really like, I don't know, research or planning or whatever it is, so that you can kind of go, I want to do this and off you go, or, stay with us and do more stuff like that.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
So, and this is the first time you've hosted a podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
First time
Nailed it.
ever. I mean, I'm not, it's joint.
I know.
You're giving too much credit to me. I want it to be a joint thing, It's both of us.
I know.
No. But yeah. Cool. It'll be cool.
And so how are we going to get our listeners how are we going to get listeners?
I don't know. Damn. I got to figure that one out.
Is this just more therapeutic for us?
Maybe.
Maybe it's just
it will become
maybe
therapeutic.
It's like meditation. Like it's just something people do.
I hear about that a lot when I listen to podcasts. They're like, I've had the crappiest week, but then I come in here and it's like, this is so therapeutic. So maybe it'll just, it'll get more natural.
Yeah.
And yeah, lost my train of thought a little bit there for a second.
It's all right. No, I think it'll be good. There'll be questions that we'll have between this one and the next one that we'll be able to nail perfectly as well. But ultimately, we just want people to kind of learn a little bit from it. But we do need to figure out our name.
Yep.
Expert the Intern or Intern The Expert or something
like
else.
That. And we'll ask, we'll see what kind of, hopefully we get a little bit of feedback and maybe people can pitch some ideas and maybe what they want to hear as well.
Yes.
Which I think is
that's a
huge.
Really good point. I think if people are listening, for the one or two people that are listening right now, if you do have any ideas on things you'd like us to talk about, topics, property or marketing related, then we can make sure that we get that sort of person in or try and answer it ourselves.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. No, and I think just lost my train of thought again.
Byron.
Because I was focusing on the back.
We're nearly finished.
Oh no, we're about to finish. No, Losing it. Oh,
Next
God.
time, have breakfast.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, right.
No, that's really good. So, have we wrapped? Was there anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know. I think so.
I think that's it.
I'm trying to think. I think there was one more thing, but
Well, look at your computer. You've got it
That's
right in
it.
front of you. We're trying to pretend that we don't have our computers in front
it
of us.
wouldn't
but we
be
do.
a podcast without a little hiccup at the end.
No, there's no hiccups.
That's it.
I'll just talk all the way through.
Oh, we can just talk about
But we are
anything.
going to have our podcasts on our different platforms. So if you go to Channel Marketing Group on social, Instagram, LinkedIn, yada, yada, yada.
And I'll figure all out the rest of it and stuff like that. Maybe we can do. We'll put it on YouTube, Spotify. You've got the Spotify account, right?
Yeah.
All that stuff.
All that jazz.
Yep. I'll figure it all out.
All right. You need to
Get it
have
all
a
down.
one-line close now. This
Yeah, I
is it.
need to make a one-line close.
Tune in next time.
Tune in next time, or it's the Ron Burgundy thing.
Yeah, do that.
Got to think about it. No, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Look, I'm going to get better at this, and we're going to do it together. You're natural at this. This is what I said. I listened to your podcast that you did the other day, and I was like, dude, how the hell am I
Mate,
gonna
I've been
top
doing talking property for banging
But
on about property forever.
that? That's where the entertainment side would come in.
Yeah.
They'd be like, this guy asks some stupid
What's
stuff
the one
sometimes.
thing? Okay, let's finish on this. What's the one question that you're going to ask Gareth next week
Ooh.
that will give the listeners some advice if they are wanting to do something that Gareth has done?
Right. Okay. Maybe. Well, maybe we should just ask him that.
Well, yeah, okay.
That's
Good one. Mine's going to
Just
be,
ask him what advice he has.
if you were going to invest in property, where would you invest right
Do you reckon
now?
he's kind of got that? Oh, okay.
Because he will know that.
I thought, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
He knows
all
it
I
all.
can ask.
He knows it all. All right.
So if you want to know
That's
those
it.
answers to those questions, you'll have to come back next time.
Yeah. And hopefully they do come back.
Yeah.
And we want to hear from you guys. Let's just say everyone head to our Instagram or our Facebook at Channel Marketing Group on Facebook and Channel Marketing on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I think we'll do a post about the podcast. And if anyone's listening, please send us any DMs or anything like that on maybe things you want to hear about, any guests. I mean, we're getting into it a bit. We sound like we've actually got, we don't even know how many listeners we've got so far.
Your mum will listen.
Yeah.
Hi, Mum.
She could say, I want Caleb to be a guest.
Yeah.
But no. But yeah.
This is the John Farnham tour now. I'm cutting it out. We're finished.
Hey,
We're closing it down now.
we're closing this.
The podcast.
All right,
now.
it's done.
It's done.
All right. That's all.
Yay!
Peace out.
Good job, man.
Good job. We lost it towards the end a little bit.
Just like-
You know what it was? It's when you gave the thumbs up. I was thinking too much about that, and I was like, oh my god.